Two-stroke, 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 goes at the garage. Two-stroke, two-stroke, ten-stroke, ten-stroke, come on in.
Hello, Patrick Garage here. I'm Patrick, of course. Not a Friday, another dyno, no. Hello, I'm Patrick from Patrick Garage. Today, I've been finalizing the Yamaha engine. And I've taken compression test, and I've taken how good of a vacuum it pulls. And it isn't very final yet. There are some cleaning up to do, and all these yellow ones are titanium bolts actually. I had this fetish a couple of years ago, making everything lightweight. By that there are no Kickstarter. And yes, this is engine is about done. Small things to do, adjusting the timing and buying spark plugs and putting it into the frame and filling it up with water, fuel, and try to start it about. And oh yes, the intakes aren't done yet. I'll finalize those. But I checked the squish. It is 0.8 millimeter and 200 to 205 psi of compression and minus 0.1 bar of crankcase suction, not pressure, thereby minus 0.1, and it's even to both cylinders, so I'm happy with that. And people have asked me how large reeds can you fit in an 1 kT engine, and I had Yamaha Banshee reeds earlier, and there were space beside them. So now I have upgraded to Honda CR125 and thought I'd show you the difference in blade size, so you can get a picture of how much more flow it is. There is Blaster, and there is CR125. These are OEM V-Force petals. I'm using POLINI petals that I've been bragging about or mumbling about on the web. And I thought I'd show you also, I cut it in right here, a little bit of what timing curve to start with now when it's petrol. So yeah, I thought I'd show you again, guys, a little bit, as I'm running max ECU right up in this corner. You can see max ECU. This is the timing table. It isn't what I've got in the ECU right now, it is what I have saved in the computer right here. I thought I'd put in another timing curve, and now, as you can see, it is a three-dimensional curve. I can show you. Yes, I could show you. Right there. It is very simple, but I'll make it a 2D curve only. And as I know, the PVL 458 with 1057 stator is often working very, very well. And with about at 12,000 RPM, but I can see it isn't the same timing curve at all. It is something else, so we need to build a complete new one. So I'll show you that first. I need to extend the RPM and not go by map. I need to go by throttle position sensor. So let's see, first rescale axis, 1000 RPM to 14, no, 13,500. Oops, that was very wrong. 30,500. Number of cells, yeah, it's okay. Right there, now you can see 1,000 to 13,500. Now I need to change axis source, and I do not want map sensor. I want throttle position, TPS. Let's see, where is that then? There, throttle position, right there, and axis lowest and highest would be 100%. Okay, 0 throttle and 100% throttle, and 1000 RPM to 13,500 RPM. That's good, but I don't want this three-dimensional curve at this point. I want right here, I want about 12 degrees. Let's put 10 right there then, and then 12 right there, and then I want at about there, I want 10 degrees 10 degrees of retard, so about 3,500. I'll put in 22 degrees, and 22, and let's say 18 and 15 starting timing, and from there all the way to there I'll tell it to interpolate horizontal, then it calculates. Now I got a very linear curve, and let's say I want the same all over the I could actually do like this: 10, 12, oops, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 22, this is wrong. It shouldn't be 28, it should be 18. 18, so 18, and then 15. So now the three-dimensional curve is gone. I can show you right there. See if I can rotate it. I don't know. Yeah, right there. This is the timing curve on all throttle positions. Is it the same? This is a PVL mimicking a PVL curve that's in the SynDAP right now, and it's been working on many engines. So I'll start with this timing now on petrol with the TZR engine. Oops. Why? It's very odd to rotate around. There, you got a better view. 1000 RPM, 1800, 2700, 3800, 4 or 5. It interpolates very strange. Then I can adjust this later on different throttle position. This is full throttle, the closest to us, and 0 throttle, the farthest away from us. And I can alter points in a three-dimensional fashion all over right here. So I'll start at this point, and yes, as I haven't got, I will be running carburetors. This doesn't matter, as there aren't any injector connected to it. And inside this I can control many options. Timing versus speed, and timing versus NOS, what do you call it, nitrous, and timing versus anything. And I can use about anything in setup from cars, coils and whatever I want to do to use in this engine. It's very easy now, and I'm running Max ECU Mini. I can recommend it. Yamaha TZR250 Max ECU save. I'll save this curve now. Save as startup underscore petrol underscore TZR250. So I'll load this curve into the Max ECU later on. Oh, almost forgot. I cut in some time-lapse of assembling the rest of the engine that I got recorded. I haven't got all recorded, put it on cylinders and such. So I'll just put it in right here.
Days in the winter, shooting motors like no one. Many days, many weeks, don't give till it's done. Aim for highest position on that podium of fighters. Don't give up, dear technician. Just give it. Put motors to test. Push hard, move ahead. Never give up, never rest. Beast within wakes up from death. As that sucker revving more. Don't let no one get near. Show me the gear. One more. Throttle wide open. Bring them down.
vacuum pressure testing, another simple way. I got this hose. I normally use that to pressurize the cylinder, crankcase and stuff, but I thought I'd try another version today. I'll test how much excuse me, I'll test how high-low vacuum it will pull. And thereby I got the reeds and a hose that seals right here, and then this and a check valve, and then a boost gauge. Can you see that boost gauge now? Yes, you can. It's very small. No, not small. It will be very small values. So let's see. You can see right there in the middle of the screen. I'm using to turn the engine around and run it I'll be running it till the meter is stopping. Right there, it pulls 0.10 and 0.1 negative atmospheric pressure. It ain't much, but it is something. And let's take the pressure away. Now the pressure is off. And then the other cylinder. Can you see me again? Yes. Let's see how much that pulls. Oh. Yeah, it pulls the same. It's actually that I'm only checking if there are the same negative pressure it pulls. And if it is the same, it tells me, let's see, where are you? Right there. Here I am anyway. It tells me that if the cylinders are pulling the same negative pressure through the intake system, there shouldn't be any leaks, because if one differs from the other one, that tells me it is a leak. And now it pulls the same, so yeah, it might be leak on both and it's exactly the same leak, but I'm thinking it will pull slightly different if there are any leaks. And now I will do a compression check. I'm taking this system off, putting it right there, and now I'll be running this one again, and I'll set you back again where you were. Where are you? Right there on the cylinders. Now I'll go get the compression test. I had to buy a new one because the old one was leaky. Oops, got stuff everywhere. Yes, I'm about to clean my workbench, but another day. Now let's see. You should put this together. So take the furthest one first. Wasn't it? Didn't I take the correct thread? What the? No. It's a little bit stingy, chinky. Now this is a temporary. I use another one also for the dyno runs to compare coolant temperature in between the heads. I got common coolant temperature in the radiator, but in that case I cannot see any difference between the cylinders, but I can see it in the dyno software, no, the Max CSU software. Alright, there. Now I'll probably need to hold the engine a little bit, because this is more, this isn't minus 0.1 bar anymore. It is slightly higher. And I'll do the same trick. I'll run the engine until the meter stops. And it is about, I've done it earlier, I reached 205 PSE, now it's 190, probably because I didn't have any intake on. It's restricted now a little bit, maybe, I don't know, but it shouldn't be, because it's leaking air into the exhaust anyway. I had oil in the cylinders earlier, and it might be less oil now when running it for a while. And it is quite strange running the I got 170 and waiting for a while it reaches up. I don't know if the ring needs to it isn't bedded into the cylinder, it isn't sealing properly until it reaches some level, and then it rises above longer. So let's run this one also. I need to hold the engine. About 200. Yeah, 200 exactly. So I got good compression. 205 I had before in a small shorter video. It was a little bit bragging. It was oil in the cylinders, as I said right now, and it is less oil now. But the experience says to me, if you get the cylinders run in properly, the compression will rise a little bit from this state it is in with oil. No, it will rise back to the same value with oil, without oil. I don't know if you got that. And so. So, I'll put you over there a little bit. Oops, it became low. There. Is it a dirty screen? Wait a second, guys. I'll try. A little bit better. Engine pulls 0.1 bar on both cylinders. It's equal. That's good. Either it's sealed up and pulls the same, or it leaks the same. But I figure leaking will never be the same. In that case I would buy some lottery and win big. And 0.1 bar, and compression state 200 to 205 with oil, 200 right now, and I think 14 bar in barometric pressure. And my plan is to run on 102 octane fuel, or was it more, or 108, whatever. I plan to run on that. And engine, as now I have mounted this, and I need to check it up with the stroboscope light, but throw a timing gun at it. I need to, you can see what I'm pointing at. There. I need to throw a timing light at it to check that this is correct. 0 should be 0. And then later I will turn a couple of flanges. I had one right here, but it's not as I want it because this is conical. I don't want conical. And then weld them onto this, so the intake rubbers. I got a guy that has offered himself to try to 3D print intake rubbers, so that could be cool. And after this I'll turn two new rings without this conical shape, because I do not want this conical shape, because the carburetor, that would be like this. Velocity stack, a little bit venturi, it's smaller at the throttle, and then opening up, and then closing down again. I don't want that. Opening up, and I will want to keep that opened up area all through down to the reed to make the venturi at the throttle. This will give me highest air speed at the throttle, point of the throttle, point of the needle. Makes it easier for jetting and torque and everything. So I'll turn new these ones. No, I haven't got any intake rubbers just yet then, but something like this with a gap of 3-4 millimeters in between right there. The carburetor will sit. The carburetors will sit. Excuse me. I had straight intakes earlier. The Electron carburetors is quite happy with that, but the K-Hins, they actually is leaning a little bit much now also. They probably would be like this, but I know they are working like this also. And I haven't got space at the engine mount. You can see, I don't know if you can see right now, I have grinded off quite a lot of material, and having the ring right there and the carburetor about 3-4 millimeters in space, it will still fit. So I can't turn them down longer. If doing that, I need to have very long intake, and yeah, it isn't a tractor. So I will need to make some compromises. I can take you more closely into, let me see. I got this, let's see if you can see. I have grinded down right here as much as I dare without making it too weak. And then I'll turn these rings and put right there, weld right there, and then the carburetor, oops, will fit. Wait a second, guys, one-handed stuff. The carburetor will fit right there. Carburetors, the other one will fit. This one isn't any problem. Yeah, right there. So this is almost done now. I need to put it in the frame to time up that and finalize other stuff. Fill it with oil, and I also, you saw now I have become dirty. I also taken such caution not to get this, what do you call it, transmission cover dirty, but it is what it is. I might paint it anyway later, but I do not want to paint, as I said in last weekend. But now it's ready for fill oil, and this one is a little bit cool. You see those two lines right here? That is how to adjust the clutch. Now it will start grabbing right there. You can see this one lines up with that one. Now I can't push because I'm not the Incredible Hulk. when you're pulling the clutch, this one will line up with that. Then it's working fine. So that's a little bit of what I've got. I have taken compression test and I've taken vacuum test in the crankcase. And intake. I'm figuring I will make a bung right here and a bung right there, thereby it's paint. And so I will be able to run like a 10mm hose in between to get more like a easier way to synchronize the carburetor and get more solid idle, because I have trouble idling this engine, and I think it's that it depends upon. So I'll cut off right here and get back to you.